Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then make sure to click the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my uploads. Anyway, today we're going to be doing some tie-dye t-shirts. I have done some tie-dyeing quite a few years ago at college. It was a long time ago actually. And at the time it seemed like quite a complicated process. There were lots of buckets of water and salt and buckets of dye and stuff like that, and it seemed very complicated. So I found this kit online and it looks like it's going to simplify the tie-dyeing process. So we'll give it a go and see what it's like. Right, so with this kit you get 12 different dyes inside of it, and you get a whole bunch of other stuff. I think you get some gloves, some elastic bands, a surface cover, basically everything you need to do some tie-dyeing with. So hopefully it's going to be decent, hopefully the results are going to be good. So I'll have a look inside. Right. So we've got the little bottles of dye here. This also, it cost me 40 quid online, which seems quite pricey, but I got it on sale for like 20 quid. So we'll see if it's actually worth that price. I've got some gloves here, which are they're them awful gloves that you get in kind of box hair dyes. The gloves that are absolutely they're just so big and ridiculous. They're so stupid. So you get them gloves inside. Some elastic bands there. I think that must be the cover, your protective cover for your surface area. And you get a little instruction booklet on, I think, different kinds of ways on how you can create different patterns and stuff with the dyes. So that'll be interesting to have a look at. Have a quick look at this guide and see what it's like. Alright, I like the look of kind of this one. The thing is as well, I used to have a really nice tie-dye t-shirt, but I don't fit into it anymore because I've gained a bit of weight. And I really wanted some more tie-dye for my wardrobe, so this is why I'm doing some tie-dyeing. And I like the look of this one. This one's a really cool design. I quite like that one as well. And then I think for the others I might just kind of play around and have a bit of fun with. It doesn't seem too difficult. I'll leave this to one side to kind of reference, but we'll mix up our dyes, get our t-shirts, and get cracking really. Right, I've got my dyes all mixed up with water, and that's all it takes. It's just a powdered dye that you add a little bit of water to the top line there, and then you shake. I need to mix it together a bit better. But it's pretty simple. And what I like about these bottles is that the fact that you've got like a little coloured cap on the top that tells you what colour is inside. So I think that's a really nice little touch. And as well, these bottles are reusable, so if you run out of the powdered dye, you can always just go out and buy some regular dye and reuse these, so that's good. I like that. I am going to be using some gloves I've got in the studio because I'm not wearing them horrible gloves that they provide in the pack, because you can't get anything done with them. They're just so daft. So I'll use these ones instead. There's one technique that I really wanted to give a go myself, and that's the swirl one. See if I can do that. I probably can't. It probably won't work, but we'll have a go. Apparently, in order to get the technique that I want, I pinch the t-shirt like this, and then I twist it apparently. What? Do I just twist it round? I think I just do it like that. No, that can't be right. That doesn't look right at all. It says pinch fabric and twist into flat spiral. Into a flat spiral. You know what? I think that's about right. And then I bind it with an elastic band. Right, that doesn't look exactly like how they've done it. That's bullshit. The instructions are so hard. Do that, and then I think I just do this. That's not how you do it. I know it's not. I'm starting that one again. Pinch. Right, that looks nothing like how they've done it, but I'm going to do it this way anyway. And then I just want to add my colours. And apparently you're supposed to put them into Ziploc bags once you're done, so I'll get that prepared now before I forget. I don't know, I think I'm just going to go for anything really. think I'm supposed to wet the t-shirt first. Oh, bollocks. Right, 1 second. I'll wet the t-shirt first. Right, we're already off to a good start. Wet the t-shirt before you start, because that's how the dye goes in. Right. Pretend that didn't happen. The thing is, as well, with tie-dye, I think you can be pretty loose with it. I don't think it matters too much. This isn't... This isn't gonna look like the picture. I know that straight away. So I think I'm not gonna even attempt to recreate that picture, but we'll do this one just kind of in a random way. I don't know anymore. The thing is, I started off this video and it was going to be very kind of matter of fact, and this is how you tie-dye. I don't know. I have tie-dyed before though, and although it seemed complicated, this doesn't make it any easier, if I'm honest with you. I can already tell this doesn't make it particularly easy. Hopefully the results are going to be worthwhile, because if they're not, I'm going to be pretty annoyed. So what goes with red? Well, pink and green. Should I go for blue, yellow, or oh, I'll go for purple. Right, and I need to set that aside for, I think it's about 8 hours, and let kind of the dye soak in and then wash it. So we'll put it in a Ziploc bag. But also that was supposed to be this one. And I know for a fact it's not going to look like that. So I think my next t-shirts, I'm just going to have fun and just around and enjoy myself, because trying to follow instructions, it's too hard. It's too hard. I can't do it. So I'm going to quickly take this off. Wet the t-shirts this time, because that screwed up last time, and then I'm just going to have some fun with it. So I'll see you in 1 second. Right, okay, I'm back and I've wet all my t-shirts this time, and somehow you watched me and I had gloves on, yet I still managed to dye my fingers. I don't know how I managed it. Am I surprised? No, not at all.
Let's have some fun this time.
Yeah, I'm not going to follow the kind of this instruction thing, because it ruins it for you, and I can't do it. That's the main reason. It's just because I can't do it. It's not because it ruins it, it's just I can't do it. So this time I'm just going to do it my own way, and then I know I'm not doing anything wrong, you know? I've got a t-shirt here. There's a bit of dye here. I'm just going to mop it up with this t-shirt. I'm going to do... It's kind of like a sausage. What I'm going to do is maybe corner some bits off. And I think this will make like a horizontal stripe or something, I don't know. Or a vertical stripe, I don't know. All I want though is some t-shirts that look really nice, because I do like tie-dye. I don't know whether it's in fashion at the minute, or whether people like tie-dye, or whether they think it's cool. It's something I like, and like I said, I had a really nice t-shirt, and it was tie-dye, and it just doesn't fit us anymore. Well, I got rid of it because it was depressing. I just fancied some tie-dye, and this kit does seem to make the process a little bit simpler. I'm not sure. I don't know. Right, let's do this one. We're going to do it kind of like a sausagey... I don't know what we're doing. Just add some colour. I like blue. It's not my favourite colour. Green's my favourite colour. I do quite like a teal as well. Like a mixture between blue and green. But let me know down below what your... I was just thinking... Blue's not my favourite colour. I just looked at myself there. I've got blue hair. But let me know down in the comments what your favourite colour is. I like all colours, really. I don't think there's a particular colour I don't love. I think anything that's kind of dull, like, I'm not a particularly, like, a fan of kind of camo or, like, an olive green, like a darkish green. That's not my favourite, but... And I love blue and yellow together. I think blue and yellow looks amazing together. I think blue and orange looks really nice together as well. As you can see, I'm not being precious with this one. There's the second one. And it's kind of I have no idea what it is. But hopefully it'll look nice when it's done. But we'll pop that in a bag. Right, this next one, I think I want a kind of Pollock-esque painting one. So I think I'm just going to splash a ton of colour all over it like this and see what happens. And it's a little bit more creative and a little bit more expressive, so just kind of... You know what, I'm going to leave that one because I can see myself getting too carried away with it. So we'll put that to one side and see how that turns out. I'm not sure what I'll do with this one. I think because you can kind of gather bits up and add like little kind of circle things, I think I'll do that and see what happens there. Right, I've got that kind of pattern with the little raised nubbins, and I don't know whether I dye the nubbins themselves or whether I dye kind of around it. Dye these bits and see what happens. Thing is with these bottles, they kind of spurt out everywhere, so it's quite hard to control. I have a feeling I'm just going to end up with like a bunch of random muddy coloured t-shirts that don't kind of say tie-dye at all, but I suppose the good thing about tie-dye as well is that they're completely unique. I don't think you can kind of recreate the same thing over and over again, regardless of kind of what technique you've used or anything like that, so I think that one's done, and we'll put that to one side. And for my last one, I think I'm going to crunch it up into just a big ball, like that. And I'm going to use these elastic bands and see if I can do something with them, because I feel like I'm not actually doing tie-dye. I feel like I'm just dyeing t-shirts random colours. I don't think I'm doing it right, so I'll do some proper stuff with it, then maybe we'll get some tie-dye effects. I should have probably watched some proper tutorials on how to do this, but never mind. I think I'm just going to go crazy with this one, and I don't think I'll go for a colour scheme on this one either. I think I'm just going to go for random colours. See, what I quite like is bleached effect, so like bleached denim and stuff. I was just shaking that with no lid. It didn't go everywhere good. Yeah, I quite like the bleached denim effect. I think that's a really nice effect to do. Or just bleached fabrics. I think you can get some really nice results. I would definitely recommend putting stuff down as well to protect anything, because it does get really messy, especially if you're like me and they're just generally quite messy. Right, I think I'm going to leave that one like that and see how that turns out. Okay, so obviously these take, I think, about 8 hours to kind of develop and set and let the dye kind of sink in and stuff. So I'll wait 8 hours, or actually I'll probably wait a good 24 hours, and then I'll wash them, and then I'll dry them and everything like that, and I'll meet you back here once they're ready, and fingers crossed we have some decent looking t-shirts that I can show you. Do I have high hopes? Not at all. I thought it was going to be a lot easier, but if the results are great, then this was fantastic. It was super easy. Loved the product, loved doing it, loved the whole experience. If they turned out terrible, I hated everything, but I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back and it's a new day in the studio, and I have my finished t-shirts with us here. And to be fair, I think they look pretty decent. The only issue I have is kind of where the t-shirt's supposed to be white, the dyes have bled into it and turned it pink and red and kind of changed the colour of them all, but they're not too bad. They're definitely wearable. So I've got this one here. And the thing is, they kind of look like painter's rags, which is fine with me, to be fair. Another one here. I think that was my Jackson Pollock-esque one. And this one here. This one. And a purple and green one. But that's what they look like off the body, but I'll show you what they look like on the body. So it's time for a mandatory narcissistic model montage. But I'm not mad at these. I think they look pretty decent. The only disappointment, like I said, is the t-shirts dyed itself and it hasn't stayed white, which is a shame. But other than that, I'm pretty pleased with them. The kit works. I think it did a really good job, and I can imagine you at home could probably do a way better job than I could. I think the reasons mine have come out the way they have is purely based on skill or lack of skill on my behalf, and not the kit or anything like that, so yeah. But hopefully you did enjoy today's video, tutorial, whatever it was. I have no idea anymore. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the video. It helps out a lot as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!